Hello and welcome to the Mystery Polygon, my friends. Hey, this is a work with me video, so all you have to do is sit back and relax, watch how this problem is solved, and then pause the video and copy whatever I do on your paper. Without further ado, let us move on to our scenario. Horace the Hoarder loves collecting animals. He trapped Oscar Orangutan when he was playing hide and seek with his friend Zeke. Now, Oscar Orangutan is trapped within this coordinate grid right here. Look at, there's Oscar. He looks all fun, right? Fun-loving, playing hide and seek. All of a sudden now he's trapped within this coordinate grid here, my friends. You are Oscar's only hope. Solve the following questions, and Horace the Hoarder will have to return Oscar Orangutan to his hide-and-go-seek game. Alrighty, my friends, the very first thing we must do is graph the following points. We've got A, B, C, D, and E. And we're going to start with A, and we're starting on the x-axis, and we're going to go exactly 0. So we're going to stay right here on the x, right? And then we're going to go up 4 points and plot our point right there. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to enlarge this so we've got a little bit more room. And here we go. I'm going to plot it right there, right on the line. And once again, remember, we went over 0, so we stayed right here, and then we went up 4. Now, this is going to be A. I'm going to enlarge this so it's a little bigger here, and I have a little more room. A, and it was 0, 4. So we were right on the line, and then we went up 4 into the positive. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead, pause your video, and plot this point right here, my friends. And then hit play and we'll move on. Alrighty, let's move on, my friends. And here we go, we're moving on to point B. Now this is going to go into the -4 and then up 2. So we're going to go on the x-axis into the -4 and then up 2. We'll plot our point right there. Let's go ahead and enlarge this again so we have a little bit more room. And once again, we're coming into the -4 and then up into the +2, and we'll plot our point right there. So right there, my friends. And this is B, so I'm going to enlarge this so I have a little more room. And B is -4, +2, and that goes in parentheses. So this is what you need to plot next. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead, pause the video, plot this point right here, and then hit play and we'll move on. Alrighty, let's move on to C here. And for C, we're going to go -3, -2. So on the x-axis, we're going back 3 into the -3 and then down 2 into the negative, and we'll plot our point right there. And once again, let's make this bigger so we've got a little more room to work. And here we go into the -3 and then down into the -2, and our point's going to go right there. So let's go ahead and make that point right there. And now this is C, all right? So I'm going to make this a little bigger so I can write a little better. C, and it is -3, -2, and that all goes in parentheses. And what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause your video and get this copied, -3, -2. And once again, then hit play and we'll move on. Alrighty, my friends, let's move on to D. And for D, we've got +3, -2. So we're going to come over here into the +3 and then down into the -2. And we'll do that right now. So let's go ahead and enlarge this, and we're going to go +3, -2. So once again, we're coming over into the +3 places and then down into the -2. So we'll plot our point right there, and bam, there we have it, my friends. And this is D. So let's go ahead and make that a little bigger, and then we'll write D, and D is +3, -2, and that goes in parentheses. And what I'd like you to do right now, once again, pause the video, get this all copied, and then hit play, and we'll finish plotting our points. And alrighty, my friends, let's go on and do our final plotting. We've got E is positive 4, positive 2. So I'm going to move over here 4 places and then go up 4 places. So positive, positive, and we're going to put our point right there. Let's go ahead and enlarge this so we have a little more room. And here we go. We're going over 4 into the positive and up 4 into the, not 4, up 2 into the positive as well. So our point goes right there. And this is E. Let's go ahead and enlarge this a little bit. And we'll make this E. And E was positive 4, comma, positive 2. And that all goes in parentheses. And bam. So I'd like you to do right now is once again pause the video and get this final point put in there with your coordinates. And then we will move on to our next part of this problem. I'll wait for you. Super, my friends. So now we have all of our points labeled, right? We've got A, B, C, D, and E all done. So we're done with number 1, graphing the following points. So all these points are graphed. Our next problem that we must do is connect all the points going in alphabetical order. So we're going to start here up at A, go to B, to C, to D, and to E, and then back up to A. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to enlarge this so it's a little easier to use. And I'm going to do this in green. I'm going to go from A to B, from B to C, from C to D, and from D to E, and then from E right on up to A. And bam, there we have it, my friends. The lines create a pentagon. All right, let's look over here and see what we've got. And right there, you see, we've got all the points connected. What I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and pause your video and connect all your points so that it looks very similar to this, my friends. I will wait for you once again. Alrighty, let's move on to our third challenge here. What is the distance from point C to point D? So we're going from here, point C. Let's enlarge this so you can see it a little bit better. All right, this right here is C, and we're going all the way over here to D. Now, there's a couple different ways to do this. The first one is to just count each unit, right? So this is 1 square unit. So if I'm doing linear units, I'm going to just go from here to here. And I can count each of those, right? And I can count all the way from here to here. So if I did that, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 units. So let's go ahead and write that in there. I'm going to just plug in right here the answer, which is going to be 6 units. And bam, there we have it, my friends, 6 units. Now I want to show you another way of doing it. And let's just come back up here. And if I think about the absolute value, even though this section here is in the negative, I can think of the absolute value of this, which is 1, 2, 3 units this way, right? So let's go ahead and just write the absolute value, and I'm going to do this in green, the absolute value of -3. Now, because that's 1, 2, 3 units, but I want the absolute value of that. And over here, I've got the absolute value of 1, 2, 3. These are positive, though, so it's the absolute value. I'll write the absolute value sign of +3. Now, if I take the absolute value of -3 plus the absolute value of +3, I get exactly 6. And bam, there you have it. You can see that, first of all, the absolute value of -3, I got from this 3 right here. And then the absolute value of +3, I got from that 3 right there, right? And when I take the absolute value of each of those, I get 6. And lo and behold, if we look over here, it agrees with our 6 units that we counted when we went from C to D. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead and get this copied, copy your absolute value sign as well for -3 and +3, and then the 6 here. Get that all copied, and then go ahead and hit play, and we will finish this problem up, my friends. Alrighty, but wait 1 minute because I want you to get this last little bit of notes here. As you see, I have the coordinates for C, which are -3, comma, -2, and the coordinates for D, which are 3, comma, -2, right? So I've got these two coordinates written. Now, if you look here, if you look at this as a column, this is the X column, right? And then this over here is the Y column. So for the X column, that's telling us this distance from the XX axis, right? So if you were looking up here, right, it's this distance here from here to here, and for D, it's from here to here, right? So what I can do is look at my X column and take the absolute value of -3, which I have here, and plus the absolute value of the +3, and that will give me 6 for the distance from here to here, right? Now, for Y, they're both on the -2. They're both down here too. So there's absolutely no difference from -2 to -2. So that's a 0. 6 plus 0 is going to give you 6 units. And as you see, this agrees with what we came up with here and also when we did our counting. So this right here is how you solve for the distance from C to D if you used your coordinates here. So go ahead and pause the video one more time, my friends, and just get this little bit of notes here copied as well, and then we'll move on to our next part of this problem. Alrighty, and here we go with our final problem of this challenge here. And it says, what kind of polygon is Oscar Orangutan trapped within? And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided polygon. And a 5-sided polygon is called a pentagon, my friends. So pentagon is your answer for this fourth question here. And hey, what I'd like you to do right now is, once again, pause the video and get pentagon written down into your notebook. I will wait for you, my friend. Superb. Alrighty. Hey, guess what? That is all you need to have for this problem. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.